All right, y'all. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J is live. We are in the building as we do every single week on Monday nights. We're going to have an outstanding show, an outstanding flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio. We got a lot that we got to get into. Tonight, we're going to ask a very, very serious question. Why do we celebrate negativity? We're going to ask that question later on in the second half of the show. I'm going to ask the team that we have here in studio, we going to war, y'all. We got a lot that we're going to get into, and we're going to get into it with y'all. You're listening to the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio. It's called Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. That's me. We live. We right now.
It's about that time. It's about that time to get
Button your lip, open your ears, strap on your thinking cap. Socially conscious talk that's entertaining with a dash of humor and the top sports stories of the week. It's time for Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J.
Sellers has Jordan. Jordan with 2 seconds to go. Puts it up and scores at the buzzer. Michael Jordan has won it for Chicago. Manning lobs it. Burris alone. Touchdown, New York.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. He hits one deep to right center. That ball is out of here. The Yankees win the pennant.
If they lying,
then they must be half stepping.
ain't no half stepping with Marcus J is live. We in the building. Be down with us tonight on the flagship show, Legacy Internet Radio at 804-402-2893. Thank you to everybody that's rocking with us tonight. We appreciate those folks that are checking us out right now live on Facebook Live. I see my brother Jay Grizzy is checking us out. I see my sister Nick, our sister from around the way, and let me see who else. I see our sister Jamiqua is checking us out already. We got a bunch of folks already checking us out on www.legacyinternetradio.com. We got folks on TuneIn and Streamer already checking us out. Special thank you to the folks that are checking us out right now on our replays on Facebook, or our replays on YouTube and iTunes. Y'all rock with us every single month and every single week and every single day. Y'all rock with us. We roll with y'all. So we got a lot to get into tonight. As I set it up, we got a bunch of questions that we're going to ask of the crew tonight. And I'm just glad, as you guys can look around, we got an eclectic mix of folks that are here in the studio with me here live from the Den of Legacy and Radio Facebook Live. If you give me a minute, I'll make sure that I get every single person introduced, so just bear with me. But first person I'm going to introduce, you hear this brother every single Friday night. Every single Friday night, he has the sports show here on Legacy Internet Radio. That show is called Couch Coach Live. We got the Couch Coach here live in the Den of Legacy Internet Radio. What's up, Coach?
I'm good. Yes, sir. How's everything going?
Outstanding,
good,
brother.
Man. Yes, sir.
It's good to see you in your home, man.
Yeah, man. It feels good to be home, man.
Yeah, man.
Definitely thank you for, this is,
ready for a stimulating conversation that's going to be sure to rile up some folks, because you watching the news. You already know where we going.
Already know, yeah.
You already know. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Of course, keeping the mic flowing around the room. Of course, you hear our sister join us when she has an opportunity to do so. Our sister Shayna Latia is up in this joint. What's up, Shayna?
Hi.
How you doing?
I feel Great. I'm just coming from Body by Maria.
Shocker that you just came from working out or doing yoga or doing something.
I passed my qualifying exam today.
So does that make you
becoming a
official?
yoga teacher. On the 6th, I'm going to be officially.
Congratulations.
I had to get that insurance.
Congratulations. So we're going to have you teach a class. We was, the holiday kind of preempted us yesterday.
Yeah,
but
we're going on this Sunday.
We're going to do it this Sunday?
Yeah, we're doing it this Sunday.
We're going to do it this
Everybody
Sunday.
is invited. Actually, I want y'all to be there.
We're going to definitely talk about
Free.
it. We're going to definitely
and
talk
yoga
about it.
studios charge like $20 a session. True. I'm doing this for free from my hood. Y'all better get with it.
That's what we're going to do. Of course, you hear this brother join us here on Ain't No Half Step with Marcus J. live from the Den of Legacy Internet Radio every third Monday. He also has his own show that he can tell you about once I introduce him. He's my big brother and yours, Big Bro Joe.
Yo.
What it do, brother?
What's good? What's good, Marcus J?
I'm chilling, man. How you?
Hey, you know me, another day, another 32.5 cent minus taxes.
So the deal with the 7268, I'm not good with math.
Yeah.
The rest of the money.
Child support.
Yeah, you get 32 cents. You get 32 cents. I can dig it. I mean, as long as it's enough for us to have a little spirit on the weekend.
Oh, yeah, we have a little spirit.
Yes, what I'm talking about.
But, yo, you can also check me out on Wednesdays with my girl, Ashley Joy, on Joy and Body Radio from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., where we talk about ladies and the men who love them. And I'm one of the men who love them ladies.
I bet. Shocker.
No doubt.
Ain't no half step on Marcus J is happy and honored and proud to bring back to the airwaves of Legacy Internet Radio. We haven't seen her in the den in a long time. A long time. She is a Legacy Internet Radio alum, formerly of Twi After Dark. Our sister and yours, Q Boogie. Boogie. What's up, Boogie? Q Boogie. What's up, Q Boogie?
What's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm good.
Last time we seen you was at the live show that we did.
I came in
at Brewers Cafe. As you were walking through the door, we were in the middle of the segment, and somebody stuck a mic in your hand. You ain't even know what the hell we was talking about.
Two people stuck a mic in my head.
Yeah, you ain't know what we was talking
stuck
about.
phones in my face and then stuck a mic in my head. They was like, say something.
Say something. Hello. Is it me you're looking for?
Right.
Yeah. So you good?
I'm good.
You ready to rock?
Yup.
Because I ain't going to say too much now, but when you saw the topics of the night, you was like, yeah, can I come?
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
I may or may not piss some people off.
Yeah, you probably will. You probably will. Of course. Keeping that mic moving around the room. Of course, last but not least, of course, you hear her across multiple shows here on Legacy Internet Radio. You hear her on multiple shows because she is the first lady of Legacy Internet Radio. You hear her on this show, Joy Body Radio, Twi After Dark, wherever we feel like fitting her in, she gonna join the show. She's the first lady of Legacy Internet Radio, comedian that's Let's Pig. What it do?
Legacy Internet Radio family.
How you doing?
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. What's going on?
We doing outstanding. How you doing?
Let me tell you, all of this sexiness in the building is like,
Is it too
I know
much?
y'all call it the den, but it's
Damn right.
like -1, just vibrating out of the room, out of the den. So it's Joe. Therefore, it is still in the building. No, I love him.
Everybody
no,
but
I
him,
love, you
right?
know, it's the ones you pick on the most, the one you love the most. So Joe knows I love him. But yeah. So we ready to get into these discussions. Y'all already know 804-402-2893 because you're going to want to get in on everything. So we've got a lot to talk about, and Marcus J, I'm ready.
We got a lot to get into. We got a lot to get into. You know, normally we open it up with something funny and we wild out, have a little humor, but we have to start off with the news of the day. I'm going to start off with the news of the day, and then we'll move into the question of the segment. But the news of the day, and I didn't want to talk about this, but I think we would be irresponsible here at Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J if we did not talk about what happened in Cleveland, Ohio yesterday with the person known as Steve Stevens, who basically murdered this man for no reason other than he could. He murdered him because he could. And it sparked the question, and I guess I'll introduce the question now. And so I'm going to send the mics around the room and give everybody an opportunity to kind of say what they want to say before we round table it. So I'm going to just kind of go in a circle. But the question is, what is the obsession with the negativity in social media and beyond? When we're talking about World Star and we're talking about the fact that I came across, and I didn't look at it. If you're on Facebook, you know that all you got to do really is to scroll your wall without actually pulling something up. Just scroll your wall and you'll see stuff. The video will play even if you don't pull it up. And I'm pretty sure that the video owner doesn't get credit for you viewing it if you're just scrolling. But you can see how many other people have looked at it. And I stumbled upon a video of two girls. They looked like they were probably late teenage, 20s, somewhere between 15 and 20. And they were fighting. And it was a violent fight. It was a pull the shirt off, boobs flying fight. We all remember those. Yeah. And
some of us still have those.
Yeah, some of y'all still have those. And that video had 8 million hits. Not 800,000, not 80,000, not 8,000, not 800, not 80, not 8. Wow. 8 million hits of girls fighting. Okay, so we'll come back to that, but that's actually the question. And had it not been for how the incident in Cleveland personally affected me to make me want to ask the holistic question, I would have never even touched it, because I was so personally affected by what happened in Cleveland that I refused to watch the entire video. And I'm not going to. I haven't seen it. I'm not going to see it. I'm intelligent enough, just like everybody else in the room, whether you've seen it or you've not seen it, you know where it's going. You know what happens. You don't have to watch it unless you want to see it. I'm not judging nobody that wants to see it. I'm just choosing not to watch it personally. Same. So I'm going to start with Shane, and I'm just going to go around the room. I want us to start in our opening salvo. Thoughts on what happened in Cleveland over the weekend, yesterday, or we can talk about the obsession with negativity. That's what's on the table right now. Shana, you up first.
I did not even watch that video. I heard a lot of people talking about it, and I just scrolled right by it because that's so crazy. The topic, I had no idea that this was the topic today. I always wondered why people were so obsessed with that World Star. It hurts my heart to see these young kids recording themselves fighting. Like, it just goes against everything that we fight so hard for. And there it go. That's what they label us as. So it's like it's going in a circle. Like, what we got the freedom fighters here, but then we got these ignorant people who record these matters, and I feel like it's making our fight a lot harder. But then you got to think about this, like where they come from, their parenting, their social status, their structure, everything is taught. So they were taught those behaviors.
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right.
We're getting a hit from Eustace is saying, what are we going to do about over 600 black homicides in our community? White cops are not killing these black people. Black people are killing black people. Good point. I'll definitely, we'll definitely address that. The question on the table kind of goes with that, and that's a very fair question. I'll come back to kind of address that later on. I want to get everybody's point in before we actually do that. Q Boogie, floor is yours, sis. What you got?
As far as it goes with World Star, I never really understood the reasoning behind recording fights outside of purely entertainment. Like, I think when I was in college, the Jada one was the one that was everywhere. But I think it goes along with the understanding or the feelings of, well, my life is hell. Let me look at somebody else's life that is worse hell.
It does make you feel good.
Right, because it's like I'm not nearly as bad as they are. So it almost gives you that comfort. As far as sharing sad or disturbing videos, I believe it's a double-edged sword. I believe in one instance, it like when it may have been, it was either Eric Garner or Sterling Brown. It was one of them, where that video was going around constantly, and it was hitting so much that people were going, I need to get off of social media because it is everywhere.
Yep.
And in that respect, I think that's why so many people share it, because you're trying to get information out, but you are at the same time blind, or even sometimes we are deadened to the humanity of it, like someone lost their life.
Right.
But in the same time, you're like, well, let me share this information because so-and-so on my timeline may not know what's going on.
Right.
But you also don't understand or even know that person may not be able to handle that.
Right.
So you're sharing those things thinking that you're doing a service, when in actuality you're hurting the cause.
Right.
But then the other side of that coin is, I want my people to know, because if you are constantly watching Love and Hip Hop, which circles back around to the whole identity of my life ain't that bad, let me watch all these other people's lives burn, right? Let me, you so caught up in that, it's like, yo, I need you to pay attention to what's happening right now in the world. So it's a double-edged sword,
right?
I think. I did not share the video. I shared a news feed that was going on in Cleveland, where the local news was trying to figure out what was going on. But I myself have not shared the video, and I don't want to watch the video. I've never seen the video.
You don't want to be. You don't want to be.
Not
a part
at
of
all.
That. Big bro, jump in here, man. What's your thoughts?
Well, you know me on this one. I think that there are a lot, and both of the ladies who have come before me made a very, very good points. I can't understand why people don't want to respect the fact that a person has lost their life, and why are we glamorizing a person losing their life, or giving a person a platform to continue on in their idiotic ways. This dude right here was just off the chain, and a coward. If you on Facebook Live and anybody want to let him know, you a coward, a punk. We already stated it, and we talked a lot about this earlier. The gentleman that passed away was 78 years old.
74.
74. All right, thank you.
Same age as my father. Same
age as my mother. He's defenseless. He can't do anything to protect himself, really. And you're a coward. I don't understand why we need to get up here on Facebook, but I take that back. I do know why World Star, it's about making money. And if the only way we can make money is at the disparagency of somebody losing their life, or somebody being in a fight, seeing somebody get knocked out, I mean, if you want to live vicariously through somebody else because you're a punk and I almost said something else, and can't fight or can't get your rocks off by knocking somebody else out yourself, and you just scared, to me, that's holistically just wrong in and of itself, man. It's just so many things that we could be doing nowadays besides giving glory to people who punish people or knock them out or beat them up or whatever. Now, I've seen some of the World Star hip hop stuff. Don't get it twisted. I catch a glance because it's entertaining on some occasions when somebody runs their mouth and they get put in their place. That I can't be mad about. I've seen some situations that you get knocked out from running your mouth too much.
Yeah.
But the Facebook Live joint, I can't. And you know what else I can't believe? I can't believe Facebook is allowing this to go through. Yo, if you put a knee out on Facebook, they can shut you down. Mm-hmm. So that pisses me off too. But I'm gonna go ahead and let. The hair, the dander is on the back of my neck.
I'm with you. Before I give it to Coach, I'm gonna just address what you just said, Joe, because you made a really good point about Facebook and their responsibility here. Now, one thing that I will say about that, with the billions, and that's an accurate number, billions with a B, number of people that are on Facebook, it's going to take time sometimes for Facebook to be able to track certain things that end up on their website that are inappropriate. Having said that, It took them 3 hours, which some folks think that's an eternity. My personal opinion, I think 3 hours for them to get that video down was very commendable. Because 3 hours, we talk about billions of people, I don't think that's a very long time. And that's just my personal opinion.
And you know, no.
I was gonna say I didn't see it. So what happened in the video? I scrolled past it.
Well, I'm gonna set up. I'm gonna set up the video, and then I'm gonna give it to the coach to
I don't want to see it. I just want someone to tell me.
I'll set it up for you, and then I'll give it to the coach, because you're right. We didn't kind of explain what we're talking about in this segment. We just kind of just started talking about it. But basically what it is you got this guy who's having personal issues with his family and with his girlfriend, and he's upset. And he puts out these videos that talk about how he's already harmed and fatally, shot several people prior to. You can debate whether you believe him or not. There's no evidence to say whether he actually killed these people, but he said that he did. As he's saying these things, he's on his way to randomly find another person. This other person is a 74-year-old man who just came from celebrating Easter with his family. He rolls up on the guy and he says, "Do you know Joy, whatever Joy's last name is?" I can't remember her last name, but Joy Lane. Joy Lane is his ex-girlfriend, or the person that he's having relationship issues with. And when he asks the old man, "Do you know this person?" and makes him say the name, he pulls out his weapon and he fatally shoots the guy in the face. Not only does he fatally shoot the guy in the face, but he films it. These are black people. He films this, and he also films the aftermath of the man, not only on his way towards death, but I'm sure with a shot to the face, probably was quick. So that's what we're talking about. And the conversation that we're having with regards to why do we celebrate negativity, I'll be honest with you. Here's my personal opinion. I'm not going to say too much because I'm going to wait for Coach and the First Lady to say what they want to say before I really get into it. But the age of Facebook and the age of social media and the age of I got to be a hood celeb is what led this punk ass dude to think that this was okay. And I was being nice by calling him a punk ass dude, because when I get to the chance for me to speak, I'm going to try to keep myself from saying even more. Coach, jump in here, man. What's your thoughts?
And I'm definitely, I agree with you as far as, because I think what happens now is we live in a world where we seek attention at all costs. Because you can even look at some of these videos when they start, just before you start the fight, world star. They say that initially. So they know that what we get ready to do is almost, I'm not saying that most of them are staged, but most of them you look at it from the standpoint of, well, hey, we're going to do this so we can be on World Star. Mm-hmm. And with the sharing thing, which I never understand how people do that, and this is for everything, because like this man has a family, and we're sharing pretty much his demise, which it was smart that a lot of people did share some of a picture of a CNN graphic of his height, what color car, and what license plate. Yeah. And now that is smart. Mm-hmm. Now that's smart. I'd rather you do that than to show this man's demise, and then to coincide with it being a holiday where people celebrate celebrate Easter and family. And he was just and the sad thing about it all, he was just minding his own business, going to wherever he had to go, just sitting around, and he just it makes you, it puts you on edge, even when you want talk to a stranger or whatever. Right, and it's like you would never thought you were thinking that encounter somebody asks you a question like that, you wouldn't think somebody's gonna kill you.
Right.
It's unfortunate.
First Lady, jump in.
I definitely feel like that you all touched on a lot. So again, if you all want to get in on the conversation, the number is 804-402-2893. And Coach, I was just making some notes, and as you can see, that's one thing I put was attention seeking. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's what a lot of people do. That's why a lot of people put their business on Facebook as their statuses, right, because they want someone to respond. Even down to someone saying, "Oh, I'm about to delete my Facebook." They want to see how many people are going to say, "Why are you deleting? Where you going, girl? Why are you going to do it?" Why do you have to announce that? If you're really going to do it, then you're just going to do it. Right. Just like the whole And I can't even say the newer generation, because even some of these old heads, they thrive off of seeing other people in pain. So you're right. Just like, I don't know if you all remember the fight. It was somewhere in Richmond, but the fight was posted on World Star to the point where Boosie, if a lot of people, the younger people know who Boosie is, you know, he actually replied to it on his Instagram. And it was actually two brothers, I think, fighting in the projects here in Richmond, Virginia.
Oh,
and
I remember
Boosie
that
was like,
thing. Yeah.
And he tagged the actual video on his IG and said, "When brothers ain't about that life." You know what I'm saying?
I'm
and
telling
that was
you.
right on the Richmond, Virginia.
Right.
You know, and also with this man, this coward.
Yeah.
Nicely put, that you all have put, you know, I don't know if you all remember, like, was it last year when the man recorded himself saying that he had just killed his wife, but actually he killed his son by mistake? The black man, I guess he was coming from, I don't know, he was actually he was in Virginia somewhere, you know, close, but he actually, they found him dead in a hotel room. But you know, as far as the negativity, again, you know, it's attention seeking. A lot of people out here are hurt and feel like that they're not getting the love and attention that they need. So they go out and do the most drastic things that they can think of, unfortunately. And like we were talking about before the show, you know, I was like, a lot of people get in their head, if, you know, you hurt me, I'm going to try my best to hurt you back worse, or to let you know how you made me feel. So again, with this man going to kill this elderly man, you know, as hard as it may seem, it wasn't even about the elderly man. He made this man, or he got this man to say this woman's name, basically to be the last name in his mouth. So again, piggybacking on what Shayna and Joy was saying, don't forget, these people have to go to court and see this video over and over again. This girl Joy is going to be in court, and she's going to hear that elderly man say that's the last name that she calls, not his daughters, not his sons, not his grandkids, but this lady. So basically, the man has done his job. He really has. Whether he gets caught dead or alive, he's made sure that somebody hurt, and he blamed his mother as well.
Right.
Because he blamed his mother by
And
saying,
his friends.
because of you made me to be this monster. So, you know, and his mother even said prior to this, you know, she said her son came to see him, and the last thing he said was, "If you see me again, it'll be a miracle." And she even said, you know, I was kind of wondering what he meant about that. And this was after he killed the elderly man. So
Right.
then at that point she was like, well, I would want my son to call me. So, you know, too, I'm pretty sure she didn't know at that time that, you know, she was one of the people that he blamed for the reason why he did what he did. So, you know, it's very sad. It's very unfortunate. And, you know, the sharing on Facebook, I agree with Joy. You know, these people have to continue to see this. Even when we think that we're doing good, you know, sometimes it is very hurtful. And again, you know, don't forget, when they go in court, they're going to see this man's autopsy. They're going to have to show him where he got shot. They're going to have to present all of that to the family.
Yeah.
So, you know, yeah, you got to have some kind of sensitive spot, because, you know, and I understand that a lot of people don't understand, and unfortunately,
Empathy.
until it happens to them.
Right.
And
Empathy.
it's so unfortunate. You
Yeah.
can't blame a lot of people because they're just closed off to that, because you don't want to imagine that happening to somebody you love. So when you say, just think if it was your daddy, you don't want to. Marcus, that's why you don't want to watch it, because you said your father's that age.
My
It
father,
could've
my
been.
father is
You know?
74 years
That
old.
could have happened to anybody.
Exactly.
It could have happened to
Right.
anybody. My
So-
father's 74
Yeah.
years old. Anybody who listens to this show knows that I'm actually not from here. I'm from New Jersey. My mother and father were in town with me this weekend when this story broke. You know, my father's 74 years old. And so, yeah, it's personal for me. One. And two, I'm not going to get his jackass asshole no love by sharing the video.
Right.
I'll share his mugshot
Right.
where it say, come get his punk ass. But I'm not going to share it. Shayna, you wanted to jump in. Jump in.
This has a lot to do with mental illness in the black community. This just goes all the way back there.
Disagree.
I'm telling you, the black community don't want to deal with mental illness, and this man has been ill for a long time. He's blaming his mother, which makes me feel like his mother knew that he was ill. Like, I'm not saying that it's her fault or no, she didn't make him do it or nothing like that, but I'm saying that it is a lot of mentally unstable people in our community that don't get help. White people get help for their people.
Right. And I think real shit. Let me just say this really quick. Let me
real
just say this real
shit.
quick. I'm so sorry. Let me just say this really quick. But it's so crazy to me how the man who was dragged off of United Airlines, they had his background out in a second. I have not seen one thing about this man's past.
Yeah.
Oh,
know?
you're
And
right.
So
they even had the wrong background at first because they were trying to shame him until they found the right.
Well, that's what they do
So-
because they always try to the victim.
Yeah.
Whoever the victim is, and it happens on a lesser level with people who are not black, but it does happen to people who are not black.
Yeah.
If you are the victim, they try to make it seem like you deserved what you got.
You had to come in.
You had to deserve that some kind of way, you know. And I do have it on the docket if we get to it to talk about the United Airlines situation later on. So if we get to it, we'll get to it. If not, then we don't. Let me get some comments in social media. Eustace is still checking us out. Eustace says, in Philly, there have been 92 black-on-black homicides in our community so far this year. 21 people shot, 4 people killed over the Easter weekend. This will be a very, very bloody and deadly summer if we don't do nothing about it. Totally agree. Can't argue with it. I mean, I'm not sure how that fits in the discussion that we're having.
Yeah.
But it's a very fair and accurate position that you take, Eustace. Jay is checking us out. Jay, peace to you. Hopefully when you come back to RIC, we get to hang out. Jay says that they don't go shooting people for no reason. Mental health is not a race specific. It doesn't care. Totally agree.
Can I say something about that?
Totally agree.
You want to get that one?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Q Boogie. What you got?
Yes and no when it comes to mental health. Yes, the black community shuns mental health, but you also cannot use mental health as a scapegoat.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's not something that you can run into the store, slap 3 people in the face and go, I went crazy for a second. They go, oh, that's okay. That's not, because what you're doing is those that actually have legitimate mental issues, what they're struggling with and what they have to deal with on a daily basis is now being looked at as
Downplayed.
it's being downplayed.
Okay, but let me say this too. Let me just say this really quick, and I'm so sorry, but you know, a lot of people can play crazy.
Oh yeah,
That's exactly what she's saying.
Yeah, that's
real good to diagnose that one.
that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
It is like, but it's like it's
I'm
more
not
of a.
saying. Okay.
Come on, Coach.
I think it's more of a narcissistic type of mentality,
Right,
more so than
right,
anything.
Yep.
right.
That's what it boils down to.
Right.
I don't think it's
That's an illness.
It's an illness,
Yeah,
like
it's
a
a
cousin,
yeah.
like a cousin
That's
to
a
it.
mental
Yeah, it
thing,
is.
though. Like, they're
But, yeah,
crazy.
it is.
One of the things that we
crazy.
talked about, big bro. But before we got here, go ahead, Shannon. What were you gonna say before I finish this point?
And I said mental illness not as an scapegoat, but it is apparent. Like, he's obviously some kind of crazy.
Yes.
Normal people wouldn't do that.
And that's kind of big, bro. Like
Ain't
what we were
nobody
talking about
normal.
before we went live.
Right.
When we were sitting here, kind of building, we were talking about how some folks can feel some kind of way about what their situation is. Some folks have mental illness. Some folks just go on Facebook Live and announce to the world what they're about to do. Is that actually mental illness, or is that, like what the coach suggested, an area of narcissism? Because if you go on and you say, I just killed 13 people and I'm getting ready to kill another, first of all, there's evidence to show that you didn't kill 13 people.
Right.
But that's not even the point I'm making, big bro.
That's the
What I'm saying is, you going online, if you're going online and you saying that you're doing all of this, you some kind of way, not only you looking for attention, but you've also taken away, for some of us, your mental illness defense.
Yeah, you have no
because
empathy.
you've just gone and shown yourself to be premeditating what you finna do.
No
Yeah.
doubt. No doubt.
So
Go ahead,
Come on, big
Coach.
bro. Come on, big bro. Big bro.
I was a criminal justice major. That's what I sit there and looked at. Mental health is one of those things, and like Joyce said earlier, like Coach said, like comedian S did, like my girl Lena did. It's crazy because you can't
Who's
sit
Lena?
there.
You know what?
You know Shayna.
You know what I'm talking
My
about.
bad. Darn it.
Hey, look, I wasn't gonna call him out, but that's your name. You better check him. Check him.
Check. What's your name is?
You think this is third week in a row?
Every time he
that
calls you Shauna, I was like, who is he
Shania.
talking to?
Shania.
I was thinking Twain.
Just call me the clairvoyant
He
psychic.
never calls you out by your name
Yoga.
correctly.
Yeah, that's even
Psychic.
that's even worse, right?
I'll
say
take
hey,
all
ass.
that.
You would take that?
I got one for you.
Today
How
was
about you
Lena.
just refer to her as "Hey you"?
Hey, you.
Hi.
All right, I'm going to do that.
Hi.
Shayna.
Like what she said.
But listen, no, but seriously, you think about it. Marcus J just framed it perfectly. Number one, if you've seen the first portions of the video, if you look at that when he's talking to his boys, and it's crazy to me because normally you can look at a person if they've done something to the effect of what he said he has done. This dude ain't killed 13 people off cuff. I'm not no clairvoyant. I'm not any of that. But I can look in this dude's face and see he ain't pulled a trigger on 13 people.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Hell no.
That's number one. Number two, he had to build up his mindset in order to kill a 78-year-old man, you coward.
Yeah.
And then he was sitting out in front of his girl's job. Yo, dude, if you want to go get rid of your girl, son, that's what you do. Go get rid of your girl. And I'm not saying I'm advocating this.
No, I got you.
What I'm saying is you go in there and you take care of the problem from where it is. You go ahead and get her and no, that's not mental illness. That's a pump.
Sociopathic.
I got.
That's not sociopathic.
That's
No, look it up, sweetie.
sociopath.
No,
That's not a
I got what you're
sociopath.
saying.
That's
Ain't no
a
half stepping with Marcus J live from the den. Legacy Internet Radio. We getting hot and bothered here. What I want to do is I want to get a comment in from social media. We're going to take a break because what I want to do is I want to reestablish what the original question is. Now that we've set it up based upon this guy as the foundation, I want to reestablish the question. My brother Jay is checking us out. Personally, I have legitimate mental health, but I didn't want to admit it for a long time. That's not real until I admitted the problem. Then I got help. Pride plays a big part. We are prideful people. Jay, brother, that's like the comment of the entire
That's real
there.
segment.
That's some real stuff right
Me
there.
too.
And I'm proud of you, brother, for actually going there. We're going to take this break, right? Jay and others, I want y'all to come back once we come back from this break on the other side because I want to reestablish the question. The question in this segment is, what is the obsession that we have with negativity? I want to go back to that. We're going to recap on what we're talking about with the Steve Stevens jackass, and we're going to talk some more. Marcus J with Shayna, with Q Boogie returning, Big Bro Joe, our brother the couch coach, and the first lady Marcus J. Ain't no half stepping with yours truly. And y'all, be back in a few, y'all. Stay with us.
Coming back.
Hey, this is Warren Ballantyne, the number one truth writer in America, and I'm listening to my man, my brother, Marcus J, right here on Legacy Internet Radio.
Tired of wearing that same old raggedy t-shirt to group events, civic, and work situations? Then why don't you check out our folks, Live Action Captions. They offer t-shirt services here in the Richmond and Tri-City area, offering multicolored, direct-to-garment printing at an affordable price. Guess what? No charge for changing colors for a design either. Pick and choose whatever you want out of the rainbow. No minimums at all. Discounts at 25 or more. If you'd like to rock one of these hot shirts that we here at Legacy Internet Radio do, then you can get with Live Action Captions at 804-640-7180. Again, that's 804-640-7180. And for all the folks who don't like to use the telly, we got it on the internet at live-action-captions at comcast.net. Again, live-action-captions at comcast.net, and at that same title on Facebook and Instagram. No need to worry about it shrinking. We got you covered. Live Action Captions.